I don't know about y'all, but I was not really prepared for what this episode was going to give me because if you know this, you know Electra is my favorite character on the series. So I was so happy we finally got to dive into some backstory and get to know who Electra was prior to this. Electra definitely came from, I felt the Trinidad and Tobago accent popping out. I don't know if I was wrong with this one, but I was like, oh, baby, I felt that twa. I heard that twa coming out. I felt it when they were talking, but Electra's mother brought the fear on to Electra because Electra was still living a different life when they were at home because they were working the piers, getting their money, stacking up or whatever. But when they came back to the house, they were Dwayne at the time, and it was very hard for Electra to convey that to their mother because their mother was very set in their values. And you find out later on what how their mother felt or what they were looking for in that relationship. So the episode basically starts off with us seeing that Electra actually has a business going on. After the whole Hellfire Club was shut down, Electra opened up her own sex operator business, okay? Girl Six, anybody? What y'all know about that movie? And I mean, it was like a legit business. I was like, okay, Electra's doing it. However, they were trying to catch Electra on some charges. They wouldn't really give too many details of it, but they were trying to go through the phone records, find the bank statements, but then they said, we will search your apartment. And Electra paused because it was like, now you could come for me, but I still got that body sitting in the closet. So she had to call on her daughter Angel and to help her, had to call on her daughter Angel to help move that, which she then entailed called Poppy. Ricky was involved because Ricky's now staying with Electra after the whole Pray Tell breakup incident. And of course, they're trying to move the trunk. Now, by moving this trunk, they move it over to Blanca's house, and their fine boyfriend Christopher now is involved because he can smell it. I mean, he's a doctor. He knows what them things smell like. Blanca had to tell him the truth. Now he's involved. It's a whole set of people. All this is happening. We're getting flashbacks to Electra's storyline back in the Gap. Electra's storyline to start with here, where Electra was working at the pier, saving up some money. Unfortunately, one night, one of the girls she was working with forgot their keys, which had all of his boy clothes in there. And so it was really difficult in order for that to happen. When they ended up being locked out, Electra had no choice but to get to the house, try to go in as quiet as possible so Mama wouldn't know what the giggle in the gag was. But Mama was sitting there waiting. Child, low key, I had a situation happen like that to me when I was younger, and I had snuck out, went out and partied with my friends, and then I came home and my mom and dad were sitting right there in the living room like, all right, let's talk about it. But that was the day that Electra said, you know what, I'm not about to sit here and go through these motions. I'm going to go ahead and live my truth. You keep on, my name is Electra. It's no longer this. I want to live my life that way. The mom wasn't having it. I mean, baby, when she said, what are you wearing? And Electra responded, it's Halston. The mama and Electra get into an argument. Clothes are ripped. Get out of my house. Electra goes to get her things. And the mother says, well, this trunk is here in my home, so therefore it's mine and I own it. Kicked Electra out the house. And that was that. Electra got on her own and ended up finding her family. We see that Blanca, Lulu, and Candy were there from day one. She found Angel, Cubby, and Lamar at the piers when they were younger. And that was a shout out to Paris is Burning. If you remember a scene where those kids were sitting outside of the ball and they were like 13, 15 years old, talking about, we don't have a mother, we don't have a father, we've been kicked out the house. That was that. I was like, oh, okay, we're referencing this. Just like with the trunk and the Dorian Corey part with Paris is Burning. And if we think about Electra as a whole, Electra is low-key Pepper LaBeija. If I really were to put those two together, I think that Electra is Pepper LaBeija and Dorian Corey put together, if we were to compare it to Paris is Burning. But I like this because there were so many integral parts we needed to see in this hour and 7 minutes of a show, where we got Electra's backstory, we got a glimpse of Blanca, Lulu, and God bless Angelica Ross for coming back as Candy, because it was nice to see her in that household, how they got the nice apartment that we saw in season 1. Electra had to give away all of her things in order to make that happen. And bringing in the new kids, which was Angel, Cubby, and Lamar. This was a great episode, and it also cleared up a whole lot of stuff for us as viewers with Electra's backstory. She was always a bad bitch, but it's like, I want to know more about this bad bitch. Does that make sense? Like, where does she come from? I live. And Electra honestly stayed true to herself. You could see moments where Electra would break just a bit, just to give a little in certain situations, whether it was with her mother, whether it was with her kids, or whatever the case may be. But Electra wanted more and more. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And so a situation takes place where the lights go out while they're eating and stuff. And Electra's like, I'm a provider. Boom, lights are out. And she realizes, I have to go get my things. And I need to go ahead and make sure that we don't stay in poverty no more because I am tired of this. They end up going to her mother's house. Take out that good old AC unit, child. Walk up in there and chooses Blanca to go in. That was a smarter decision versus the other kids to bring in the house. And of course, they get to Electra's room, and she's like, this is the trunk. These are all the things I need. We got to take this. We're going. And, Blanca sees the picture of Electra in the beginning with her mother, and of course, that love is still there. Now, as Electra and Blanca are trying to leave, Mama woke up. Mama said, what's happening here? Who is this stranger? I'm calling the police. And there was almost, y'all, this reconciliation. It was almost there. I swear, Electra broke down a little bit when Mom said, there's no one here. We got new people moving in. They're noticing me be by myself. And, that happens a lot with parents or people who are single and older and left by themselves. They're worried. They need some help. We need some protection. Like, are you going to be there for me? But Electra's mother wanted Electra to be Dwayne and protecting her. And Electra's like, no, I'm Electra. This is who I am. I can protect you. They wouldn't touch you if I was here regardless. And it's almost there, y'all. Almost there until Electra's mother goes, I just need you to tone it down. And I can tell you as a child who has been in that situation many times before with his own family and how they feel about toning stuff down and not being one's true self, that isn't going to fly. And I got emotional in that scene when Electra said, hell no. I am Electra. I want more money. I want more of this. That's who I am. You can't take that away from me. When Electra called his mother by her first name, that's how you knew that relationship was, all right, this is where we're at. And of course they left, and Blanca tried to make peace with it here. But Electra has a family, and that was what this episode was about. Her family, her chosen family, came together and saved her. And at the same time, Electra's been doing that all this time throughout these seasons. Even with her being a bitch, Electra did everything for Blanca, Lulu, Candy, all of her kids, all of them. And it's sad because at the beginning of this episode, Lulu calls on the phone saying, don't worry about me. She's mad at Angel for some reason, child. Well, you know how that goes. And, I'm just checking on you and I love you and goodbye. But it's like, okay, is Lulu going to be okay at the end of this, y'all? Like, seriously. I can't lose no more babies on the show. Christopher also stepped up in this episode when it came to Blanca by him being present, asking and not judging, but saying, you know what? I'm just going to help you out with this. He even got the charges dropped for Electra, which Electra was like, oh my God, no. But Electra, that's what family does. If they can help you out, that's what they're going to do. And of course, Blanca's like, you don't owe us anything. You've been done for me. And that's what he's doing for me as my man, trying to help you out because we family. Of course, Blanca tells her that they get into nursing school and Electra's so happy. And I got to tell you, Dominique Jackson, your acting is... This episode, it was great. I enjoyed it. Every moment from you. Your highs and your lows were present and fully there. I was here for the peaks and the valleys. I loved it. And this was my favorite episode of the season so far. Definitely my favorite episode. Y'all know I love Electra. I've been dying for this backstory. I finally got it, and I'm like, what's going to happen next? Oh, that's right. Next week, it's Pray Tell storyline. I'm okay with this, y'all. Let's go back and find out about these people before you end the season now, since it's only going to be seven episodes. I appreciate it. But yeah, we find out more about Pray Tell next week. I'm here for it. What'd you think of this week's episode? Forgive me if I missed anything. Ooh, Once Upon a Time ball. Bitch, they ate. And it was also really cool to see all of them walk again, especially Candy. I gotta just stress that. It was so good to see Angelica Ross. It was so good. Oh, I was so happy. I screamed. I was like, oh my God, she's back. Tell me what you thought of this week's episode in the comment section down below. What were your highs? What were your lows? What were you most happy about? And what made you laugh? What made you cry? All of that in between and then some. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Matty Rants. I'm sorry that these are all coming out just way different than before. I hate producing things like this. My editing software crashing, it not working, or me being able to pull it up. I tried other programs. It's just not my tea. I'm supposed to be going to the Apple store this week and figuring out if it's something wrong with MacBook. I may end up having to get another one and having to see if they can give me some, put in store credit for this and get another one. Either way, I'm going to get it back to how the reviews were once before. So please just bear with me for these next few days and these next few reviews as I'm trying to get it back to my original flow and style. But thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Hugs and kisses, my best love and wishes to you. It's your boy, Matty Rants. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.